They're running against all other amateurs, and the top 4 will advance to tomorrow's program. Thank you.
All right, so Jacob Beeland and Dane Dial is going to be your first 2 riders making their way to the beach. Yeah, it's really cool. Competition, actually, these guys all helping each other. You are watching the second round of the amateurs, and as Mike had mentioned, the way that scoring works, same exact thing as yesterday. So instead of going head-to-head like you're going to see later on this afternoon and tomorrow, these guys are going against the entire field. They are trying to qualify to get into the quarterfinals, and the quarterfinals actually happening tomorrow, where hopefully we'll have a wee bit more sun. That's what I'm thinking. Just a wee bit more sun for tomorrow. So again, we are going to take this down to the final 4, and then that final 4 is going to qualify for tomorrow's event. What you're watching is the top 8 right now as they work their way down. We're going to take it down to 4, and then from 4, we're going to be putting some people on the podium tomorrow afternoon in your amateur class. Okay, and we have something really cool and really new this year, and that's called the rookie class. And the rookie class is for something like you and I, right? So maybe I can't do a backflip. Okay, well, not maybe. I definitely can't do a backflip. but let's just say I couldn't. Okay, now they're laughing. I'm not saying it's impossible. It would just require a lot of horsepower. And I'd probably need at least 1 Atlas apple cider, maybe 2, to hit the throttle for that one. But if you can't do a backflip and you can't maybe do a barrel roll, but you love this like I do, and you're like, I want to compete, you know what? I got the class for you. It's called the rookie class, and we just started that this year, and you get to watch these guys also come out today. So hopefully you'll cheer them on and be as excited about them as I am. Well, I don't know if you've never been to one before, or this is your 10th one, but you have got it on the water right now. Dane Dials, Jacob Byland, amateurs. And Dane already doing some slashing on the waves here. This is not Dane's first event, but definitely a great competitor. He's a gentleman that's got the yellow Lycra on and the yellow helmet. You'll be able to identify him pretty quickly out there. And Jacob Byland over here on the left. Jacob's first time at the Surf Slam.
Hey, Don.
Beeland, thank you.
Hey, we need John Tetanese and Richard Sam. Please report the staging along with Jeremy Hopper and Brian Sturley. Sorry about that, Dawn. Back to you.
No, you're totally fine, because while you were talking, I caught up with Jacob Beeland's mom. I was sitting there pronouncing his name wrong right in front of her. She was like, oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
What is your name?
My name is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. How are you today?
I'm great, thanks.
I'm just going to say it. You look a little nervous.
Oh, it scares me.
Are you scared for Jacob?
I'm scared. He's been the kind of kid that had stitches from the time he was, could walk. So
this is probably not a surprise for you that he signed up for the Blowsion Surfslam.
No, not a surprise.
Where are you guys from?
First time watching. Minnesota.
Minnesota. She's like wanting me to stop talking to her. I got to focus. Well, thank you so much, and I wish him luck.
Thank you.
All right, Mikey, Jacob Beeland out there with his mom watching. No pressure. Dane Dials. Mom's not watching, Dane, that I know of. All right, these guys getting their freak on out here at the 2015 Blowsion Surfslam. Hello. Dane says, Earth to FAA Flight Control Pattern 3. Big backflip for Mr. Dials in the yellow Lycra.
I think PDX just called in. They got something on their radar, and it came from out here in Pacific City.
It was a UFO.
Dane is dialing it in.
He is, man.
Less than a minute to go, folks.
Oh, nice slash for Dane Dials. Meanwhile, just I'm watching Jacob. Beautiful. Did a little 180.
Once again, Dane is sponsored by Truck Boss, Blowsion, and Hydro. Folks, if you haven't seen the new product yet from Truck Boss, you need to come back here in Performance Alley and check it out. Aluminum top deck. You can carry 3 skis on top of the back of your pickup. Time counting down as things start to slow down out there on the surf.
All right, Mikey, did I just hear a horn?
You just heard a horn, girl. The end of heat number 1. Folks, how about a nice round of applause for Dane Dials and Jacob Beeland. It was the Oregon-Arizona battle.
Little gratuitous toss for Dane Dials. It's already off the clock. He's not getting judged for that. He's just doing it because it's fun. But then he got swamped out just a little bit. Got the course marshals already over there to pick up the boat for him. Oh, yeah, they're on that. Yeah, they've already got quite a few people over there to help get that ski for him before it moves very far down. I'll tell you why. I mean, it would seem, as crazy as it sounds, it would seem like that's not a big deal, right? That they lost the boat, but it's pretty close. But we had Tanner Thomas's boat almost the first, maybe second year I was here, and it wasn't that far off of shore, but before we knew it, that boat sunk and then proceeded to head towards Hayward Rock. And we actually never saw that boat again, oddly enough. Just saying. It looks like it's not that rugged out there. I did not help Jacob's mom at all saying that, by the way. I think she wants to choke me. But Jacob's doing great. She's still not even looking. There we go.
Once again, folks, coming up next, we got John Tettenese, and he'll be sporting the red vest. He'll be up against Richard Sam out of California in yellow.
Mike, I got to tell you, it's so much fun hanging out on the beach. So now we've got this whole conspiracy going. I have people coming over and telling me where everybody's mom is. So if you have family on the beach, that I know I can come talk to you right before the event. I see Jeremy Hopper's mom already trying to evacuate. Good luck. Too late.
Shy.
She's a little shy. Abort mission, that's right. Honey, I'm going to watch you from my car. G6. All right, you guys, coming at you next. John Tatinas and Richard Sam. By the way, if I could just ask, first off, thank you for being a part of this. So you already are kind of a part of it, but if you would like to help out even more, I noticed some of these amateurs are actually trying to put these boats in by themselves, which is a feat of massive heroics. So if you would like to help out even more, if you want to just jump in there with the amateurs and ask them if they need help, and they would probably love to have your support to put those boats in the water. Thank you. Meanwhile, we are on the clock with John Tatinas. And Richard Sam. John in red, Richard in yellow. I had to take a second look at Richard Sam. For a second, it looked like he was just wearing board shorts out there. I was like, what? Dude, it's like 50 degrees in that water.
Yeah, we are not in Florida right now.
He's not, though. He's got a wetsuit. Oh, nice re-entry. Beautiful from John Tatinas. Hello. Richard Sam answers that challenge with a monster backflip. And I noticed some of the photographers down here just hanging out with us maybe don't even not even with the magazine necessarily, but wanted to catch some of the action. Thank you so much for coming and dropping by. You're watching the Blowsion Surfslam. So here's some of the best riders from around the world right here in Pacific City, Oregon this weekend. And all that thanks to Blowsion.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny. Oh, hello, barrel roll.
By the way, folks, we need Brian Sturley, Jeremy Hopper, Cameron White, and Thomas Scacinoci. Please report to staging, please. Thank you.
So John Titinas, Richard Sam, yellow flag, 2 minutes. It just didn't take long to kick through this 4-minute deal. Oh man, these waves are pushing. Nice little slash back from Titinas. See what Sam's gonna pull out of his pocket. That'll be a backflip, thank you. Like an order of fries and a backflip. Oh, yeah. Beautiful off-axis backflip. Gentleman in red, and that is John Titinas.
Like we got less than a minute to go.
Wow, Richard Sam timed that nice. Big backflip for Richard and in shallow water. Titina's gonna answer it with a really cool barrel roll. 4 minutes.
It's like Sam had the best view of that.
Yeah, it did actually. A little closer than he meant, I think. Hey, how you doing? "15 seconds left on the clock, Mike."
And not too much time left to go. Nice one-handed flip right there.
Yep.
On the right-hand side.
Yep, that was Titinas trying to convert that into a flex flip. Needed to add the leg for it as well, but still, beautifully done. Oh, barrel roll, bam. And that was for Richard Sam. I didn't hear the horn.
Yes, the horn just sound. Horn sound. That'll do it for Richard Sam and John Titinas. Brian Sturley and Jeremy Hopper are coming up next, which will be our third heat here in the amateur class.
Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for John Titinas and Richard Sam. And if you guys want to be a part of the Blowsion Surfslam and help these guys out, I'm sure they really would appreciate it.
I want to be.
I know. Well, you're too far away to help pull boats in, though.
Yeah, but you know what?
What?
I am within walking distance of Atlas Cider. And folks, I hope you're within walking distance of them too, because you can walk right up to them right now and pick yourself up a $5 pint of Atlas Cider.
All right, so Jeremy Hopper making his way to the water with two of the best holders I've seen all day. Blowsion. All right, it's going to be Jeremy Hopper and Brian Sterling coming up. Yeah, in the house.
Photographer to the stars, Johnny Yaya. Of course, he used to be a course marshal back on the Bud Jet Sports Tour back in the day.
Want to give another big shout out for Mike Bonin, who's going to be joining us at the World Finals. Unfortunately, unable to make it this weekend at the Blowsion Surfslam. He's been here year after year, but I do believe he's listening in on the stream. So I just want to give him a shout out. Also, a big shout out to Nanette, who has been sponsoring a lot of the competitors. She's a part of Jet Renew. And speaking of Jet Renew, there's the horn. Segway.
Once again, folks, I believe this is heat number 3. Yes, it is heat number 3 here in our amateur class. 4 minutes story in all of these heats, and we've got 7 total before we come up to our next event, which will either be our second round of rookie or our 8th finals for the pro. We will be making that decision after heat number 7 here in the amateur class. Dawn, let's go back to you down on the beach.
Well, I'm so glad that you threw it back at me because I snuck up on Jeremy Hopper's mom. So how are you doing today?
Excited.
You don't look near as nervous.
No, he does so many things. The athletic one.
Is Jeremy another one that grew up with stitches?
Not so much.
Really? Okay, well, see, there you go. Now, how long has he been doing this?
Jen, how long has he been?
Jen?
Started riding the surf back in like 2002 when he bought one of Joe Kenny's old boats.
Oh my gosh. Awesome. Jen, how come you're not out here competing this weekend?
Oh, I'll ride later.
I had a feeling. Well, it's awesome to have you guys out here this weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Dawn.
Yes, sir?
Dawn, these moms are going to think that that you're a stalker.
I don't know what you're talking about. Aw. I tell you what, we got a buddy down here that's upset because he wasn't able to help put his dad's boat in the water. So, but you're going to be able to help pull it back out. We'll make sure, okay? He said, don't talk to me right now. I'm upset. You look like Mike after 2:30 a.m. I'm just kidding. All right, back out on the water, we've got Jeremy Hopper and Brian Sterling. Brian doing the corkscrew there. I think originally it was looking like it was going to try to be a nose stab. Turned into a corkscrew. Jeremy Hopper on the back part of those sets, hunting. And man, these conditions are so bizarre. As it actually was really setting up really pretty, and then suddenly it started to flat out right in front of us. So it's really interesting surf today.
Hey, Dawn, we're going to need Cameron White and Thomas Scatinoci to our staging area. And Danielle Lawler and Jordan Fielder, you can also head to staging.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you.
All right, so Brian Sterling working over on the right-hand side in the yellow Velcro, and you got Jeremy Hopper in the red. Jeremy, if you didn't get to catch, scope him out prior to him getting out in the water, this guy is tall. Jeff Jacobs tall. Sterling with a beautiful nose stab off the back of that wave. Both riders getting busy with it with only 4 minutes. Unlike freestyle, the way Mike and I watch in flat water, they only have 2 minutes. Uh-oh, Sterling going for, it looked like maybe a 180 off of that back of that. Unfortunately, went for a no-footer.
Uh-oh, Sterling getting squirrely.
Yes. Jeremy Hopper going off.
I'm sorry, by the way, Sterling is sponsored by the Ski Clinic, Dawn.
Oh, very cool. We know those guys.
Yeah, the Chemnitz. Less than 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, it looked like Hopper going over there just to make sure that Sterling was okay, and while he was over there, went a little pop off the back of the wave. Turned that into a 180, and man, already the red flag out. Indicating the end of that event. Again, you guys, if you want to help these guys out getting in and out of the water, it'd be a tremendous asset for us. We really appreciate it. A lot of times the amateurs don't have as much support as the pro riders do. So anytime that you can help them, they would really appreciate it.
You said ass.
Looked like Jeremy Hopper's whole crew heading over there to Give him the high five.
Just as a reminder, coming up next, we've got Cameron White and Thomas Scazzioni. Cameron coming to us out of Washington, and Thomas coming to us out of New York. So we got an East Coast, West Coast battle coming up next.
Wait, Jeremy. No, I don't want to be in that. Go ahead, but. All right, no, but now I do want to talk to you. All right, Jeremy, I just wanted to catch up with you really quick. How was that heat?
That was rough out there. The waves kind of completely disappeared, so hunting was real difficult. But I had a great cheerleading crew and family.
I noticed that you had a great family. It looked like you were still hunting. Oh, he was a little upset that he was unable to help you with the ski.
Oh, it's okay, bud. You can help me next time, right? It's always a next time.
Almost everyone having a great time at Blowsion Surfslam. Hopefully he will too. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for Jeremy Hopper and Brian Sterling. Mikey, back to you.
All right, folks, once again, coming up next, Cameron White, Thomas Scazzioni. This is heat number 4 here in the amateur class, 7 total heats. Deck, we should have Danielle Lawler and Jordan Fielder. Heat number 6 is and Damon, and the final heat in the amateur class will be Demian Morgan and James. Horn is sounded, and we are underway right now, folks, with heat number 4. Hope you're enjoying yourself here as a part of the 2015 Blowsion Surfslam, presented by HydroTurf.
Cameron White and Thomas Scazzioni, 2 riders that actually were firing it off first thing this morning in a wild card smackdown to see who was going to be going into the pro qualifying. It was actually Thomas Scazzioni who was going to do that. Cameron White right now looking for some redemption as these guys now going after an amateur title. 4 minutes to get busy with it. Nice slash back and forth. Thomas Scazzioni in yellow, Cameron White in red. You're watching the amateur action right here at the Blowsion Surfslam. Little slash back for Cameron White. Oh, nice. The way Cameron was working the Danielle Lawler and Jordan Fielder, have you in staging, please. Danielle Lawler and Jordan Fielder in staging. Right, again, Cameron White in red, Thomas Scazzioni in yellow. Thomas over here on the check. If you are wondering, ooh, backflip, but it wasn't completed. So at about 50 that.
Yeah, that was the 180 Nestea plunge.
Down here with a gentleman that just watched Blowsion Surfslam for the first time. His dad is catering this weekend. What's your name?
Joey.
Hi, Joey. So this is pretty cool to watch, huh?
Yeah.
So Joey said he would be more than happy to help you help any of the amateurs get your boat in and out of the water if you just want to give him a shout. Joey, thank you so much, by the way, for doing it. All right, Thomas Scazzioni. Right now, he doesn't need any help at all. Catches some air over on the right hand. Check.
Yeah, by the way, congratulations to Scazzioni. Made it to the 8 finals in the pro class as well. So this will not be his last ride of the day.
Good.
Win, lose, or draw.
I know this is going to surprise you, but I actually need new batteries. All right, Scatchinochi over on the right-hand side, still hunting. For a clean wave. Now, we've been having all kinds of interesting wave conditions. Scatchinochi with
Scatchinochi going big here on the Whitewater to contend with, and big re-entry there by Scatchinochi as well. I hear the sound of the horn. I believe that is going to do it here for heat number 4. Cameron White and Thomas. Again, coming up next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just got some information in that I believe everybody knows, or needs to know rather. Immediately following our amateur heats, we will be going into our pro class 8th round. Okay? Immediately following our amateur class, we'll be going into our pro class with our 8th finals. Our rookies will be the last one to run today. Thank you. Danielle Lawler will be in red. Jordan Fielder will be in yellow. Danielle from California and Jordan Fielder from the United Kingdom.
Man, I tell you, that's service with a smile there. I got these guys helping me out from Bogwater Brewing Company, fixed my batteries, and then brought me another pair of batteries. I'm like a Girl Scout now. I'm always prepared. Alrighty, Mike Young up next is going to be and Jordan Fielder. By the way, I do want to mention, first off, I love the fact that we got this beach packed. But
oh, yeah.
I do want to just mention that we did. Yes, we almost lost the ESPN guy today. Because Demi Morgan came in hot. And when she did, she almost hit him. So do be kind of watching for these boats to beach, because a lot of times they have to hit the throttle pretty hard to get up on the beach. And I just don't want you guys to get hit, okay? So just keep your eye on the water. If you're going to be down here with me, which is awesome, thank you. But do watch the boats, okay, so you don't get hit. Thank you. Public service announcement brought to you by HydroTurf. All right, back out on the water. We got Jordan, Mr. I Like Bling. Jordan Fielder.
You got Danielle, who is sporting her new Daylight helmet.
She is so sexy. Daylight Ramsey, by the way, the gentleman that does insanely cool paint work, did a custom helmet for Danielle Lawler. I have to say, Mike, I had a moment. I saw Jordan, one-hander, 180 for Miss Lawler. So Jordan, bam, backflip, one-hander. I have to say that one-hander looks a little bit like he's spasming, though. Have you noticed that? Like, I'm going to let go, but not for long.
Yeah, exactly. But I really don't want to.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. It'd be like one-hander. Okay. Woo. Nobody told him I mentioned that, okay? I want to embarrass him.
Well, Danielle offers up a one-handed helicopter.
It's awesome. Oh my gosh, Mike. You know, there's a lot of love down here. So one of Jordan's buddies comes up and said, no, it's T-Rex hands. That's what Jordan has.
T-Rex hands?
T-Rex hands.
I have a science teacher like that.
Oh boy. All right, I see Danielle and Jordan giving each other the high five there.
Dawn, we're halfway home in this one. Less than 2 minutes to go.
Incoming with the wave. Sneaker wave, as Darren Anderson called it.
Deck, attention on deck. Chris Grace and Ben Damon, you should be in staging along with Demian Morgan and James Juvet, which will be our final heat in the amateur class before we go directly into our pro finals.
Beautiful barrel roll off the back of that wave from Jordan Fielder. That was awesome. A gentleman, by the way, that is competing for the first time. He's now been to the Blowsion Surfslam a ton, but just decided to compete this year. Whoa, and Jordan, I just gave him the announcer curse. As soon as I started talking about him, he got flushed. In the infamous words of Taylor Swift, shake it off. Anyway, I was going to tell you a cool moment. So Jordan was getting ready to jump into the water, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but he had a life jacket on that on the back says 37. That was actually his original race number. You guys, for those of you who watch closed course racing, Jordan has 3 world titles. Came over from the UK, and he was famous for something else as well, which Mike could tell you more about, and that was those big numbers on the side of his boat.
Yeah, that's right. They were announcer friendly.
Yeah. Things were about 4 feet tall. Wow. Massive barrel roll, almost over-rotated just a teeny bit. Still looked awesome, though. Meanwhile, Danielle Lawler over on the left-hand side in the red. Both these guys wanting to qualify. Big helicopter off the back, or 360.
All right, Don Dawson, there is the horn. And the end of heat number 5, Danielle Lawler and Jordan Fielder. How about it, folks? Put your hands together for both of those amateur riders.
You know, a couple of things on scoring. I'm going to run out there and try to get an interview. But, yeah, if you over-rotate a barrel roll, they do look at things like that for scoring, absolutely. A lot of it, though, that they're doing 50-50, so they're scoring on the tricks, but they're also scoring on surf riding. So a lot going into these combined scores. Okay, I'm going to sneak up here real quick and try to do an interview with these guys. All while not getting wet. Good luck.
Good luck with that.
I know, right?
Hey, by the way, Don, while you're working your way to them, I'd like to say Danielle Lawler, she is sponsored by Freeform Factory, Lawler Motor Express, Blowsion, Daylight, HydroTurf, DASA Racing, Monster Energy, Denise Knudsen Photography, HydroTurf, Works Racing, VP Race Fuels, and Free Ride Innovations. And Jordan Fielder is sponsored by BS Racecraft, or I'm sorry, RS Racecraft. I'm sponsored by BS Racecraft, Blowsion, Morgan Industries, DASA Racing, Jet Pilot, and those are his sponsors. So, Don, are you in position?
Top 15 things you would hear at the Blowsion Surfslam. One of them would be, Dawn, are you in position? Why, yes, I am.
See you.
He's very cheeky, Danielle.
I figured.
Hey, how do you like the new helmet? That's the first thing.
Love it. It's gorgeous. Wow.
Not only do you look good, but you're catching bigger air, I swear.
And it's protecting me.
All right, so give me a little bit of breakdown on that. I know it looked like you were hunting a lot.
Yeah, that was tough for me to find a wave out there. I was struggling. I was getting a little beat up, too.
the other part of the top 15 of things you would hear in Oregon. It was hard for me to find a wave out there.
Yeah.
A good one.
A little choppy, yeah, hard to read. Yeah, and just kind of getting thrashed.
Yeah, I could definitely sympathize with you. You looked great. I saw a couple of them going off at the back there, 360s. You had beautiful nose stabs.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just couldn't find a backflip wave. Darn.
Do you guys remember that? She did a backflip here last year.
Next time I'll find one.
All right. Oh, I'm going to hold you to that. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Danielle Lawler. I'm going to sneak up on Jordan here, theoretically. All righty, real quick, Jordan, how'd you like that run?
Oh, it was good. I prefer the 4-minute runs to the 6-minute ones. It's less tiring. But no, it was good. The surf was coming in. It was pretty clean. Then it would kind of go flat, but I know, we'll see. Let's try our best.
I think all of us were kind of wondering about that barrel roll. You over-rotated just a little bit. Ouch. Or are you okay on the landing there?
But no, out of all the ones I've done this weekend, I've over-rotated a lot worse ones.
So that one was easy.
Yeah, like yesterday when the surf was big, I took one and a half straight to the head, and that one was a lot worse than the one out there.
Well, I got to tell you, it was awesome to get a chance to watch you out on the water. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
All right, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Fielder. All right, back out.
Yeah, Dawn, we got Chris Grace in red and Ben Damon in yellow. Ben out of Australia, Chris out of New Jersey. Not quite sure what exit. And Ben is sponsored by AJSP and Brisbane Watercraft.
All right, quick service announcement too. Pros, you're going to be coming at us next. Yay! We get to watch the pros. All right, so
speaking of service announcements, Dawn.
Go ahead.
Please, folks, we ask that you would mind the trash around you that you are providing. Please don't leave it on the beach. We've got plenty of receptacles around. Or if you need a trash bag, please come up and see us, and we'll make sure that you get one. But please make sure that you pick up your trash. Thank you on behalf of Rob Justino.
All right, again, need to have all my pros down on the beach, please. All pros, this is your call for the beach. I'm assuming that you know what order you're in, but let me help you. Abraham Hostesser and Pete McAfee, you're going to be first out of the gate. Thomas Gacinoci and Darren Anderson will be second. All right, well, I still the two guys that are out right now, again, Chris Grace, Ben Damon. It's actually Ben that got washed a little bit on the left-hand side here. We're watching the amateurs as we work our way through.
Oh, nice flex flip over there on the left-hand side. Textbook by our rider in red, Chris Grace.
Nice, can. Chris Grace again. Whoa! Altitude and attitude. I like it. From your gentleman in yellow, and that is Ben Damon, gentleman out of Australia. I'm just wondering if Chris Grace's mom is here.
I don't know. Jersey's a long haul.
True. Wow, amazing slash movement here. They worked the way of the surf. It was actually Damon coming in really, really close on that Richter boat. Monster air.
Can flip there.
Yeah.
That's 30 to go.
Barrel roll. Also textbook by Ben Damon. Chris Grace with little hood skim and waif serve action. Four minutes for these heats as they qualify. They're in the 1/8s right now. They are moving down into the quarterfinals, which will happen tomorrow.
Dawn, there's your horn. We got Chris Grace, Ben Damon coming in right now. Again, Chris in red, Ben in yellow. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for those two riders? Heat number 7 is getting ready to, or preparing rather, to go out right now. And coming to us out of Washington, we got Demian Morgan. And from New York, one of our privateers and the top qualifier in the amateur class, James Duvet.
Now, in case you guys are wondering, it's like, well, didn't we see Demi Morgan earlier today? Yes, you did. So the way that we're working this is some of these riders actually qualified because their scores were so good. They qualified to move into the pro qualifying, which happened this morning, but they are still going for their amateur title as well, which is why you're seeing some of these names come up twice. They're actually qualifying in 2 separate events, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, Scachinoci's put in a lot of time on the water today, and Juvet will be as well, as both of those riders will also be in our Pro 8 finals.
I see all the smart people are down here with the Atlas Apple Cider. Don't think I don't see you. What's your name? No comment. What's your name?
Austin.
Hi, Austin. Where are you from?
Utah.
Oh, that's really cool. How do you like the cider?
It's great.
Yeah. How do you like the competition?
Looks great.
Who do you think's going to win today?
I don't know.
So politically correct. Thank you, Justin. And your name?
Diane.
How are you, Diane?
Love it.
You have the cutest smile ever.
Thanks.
She's like this cute little fairy down here. It's a little door. Hi. How are you liking the cider?
I love it.
Aw. Where are you from?
Salem.
You're from Salem? I have to repeat what you just said. Scoot.
Salem.
From Salem. And have you ever seen one of these before? Not the cider, the competition.
I've been here watching them practice a few years ago, and that's the first time I've been able to make it.
Oh, awesome.
Didn't want to miss this year, and I'm glad.
Oh, me too. You know what? The only thing you're missing right now, you know.
I know.
A Blowsion sweatshirt.
What?
You got him one? Okay, well, that's fair. I get it. Got to take care of the sweetheart.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Dawn.
love it.
Yes, sir?
I know about that. I know that you were talking about Atlas Cider.
Yeah.
I have got some goodies to give away courtesy of Atlas Cider up here at the announcement. I got a couple tins that would look real good in your man cave.
Awesome. Thank you. Does that mean I have to walk all the way up there to get them?
No. We'll actually away between our pro class and our rookie class, between the pro class and the rookie class.
You're a good man. Thank you.
Call me Charlie Brown.
All right, once again, you guys, Demi Morgan and James Jaffe on the water. We're still on red, which means they haven't started yet. Whoops. As soon as I said that, they are on the clock. 4 minutes. Who is going to qualify to move into the quarters? Whoa, crossover. Demi looks up. She's like, hey, you're in my space. James Jaffe over on the yellow jersey, and we got Demi in the red. And it is definitely rugged out there. Again, you're watching the amateurs qualifying from the 1-8 finals down to the quarterfinals. Wow. Beautiful air for Demi Morgan. That challenge answered by Jaffe on the back with a barrel roll. Demi with a a 360, rotation. Off of the back of that. I'm going to scoot over here. And actually, I'm going to sneak up on the gentleman that's actually been working with her for the past 8 weeks or so, Jordan Fielder, and get a little bit of the inside. Now, I know she's been talking about a lot of the variations, Jordan, but I particularly like that when she blows up on that big 360 the back for the nose stab.
Yeah, she amazes me every time she rides. Like, we literally both been just figuring stuff out, and I'll go out and I'll do something, and then she'll just go out and just match it. Like, she's impressive.
She's actually so much fun to watch. Now, you said that she had competed in Grayland earlier.
Yeah, she competed in Grayland a year ago, and then we went back to Grayland this year, and she tweaked her ankle on, I think it was like the Thursday or the Friday, so she couldn't compete. And she's been battling that ankle injury for like the last 4 weeks, so she hasn't been able to ride that much at all. And just literally the last 2 weeks, she's been like back on the boat and riding again.
Oh, she's doing really great. Didn't realize that she tweaked her ankle. All right, so again, we got Demi Morgan. And going up against her, James Jaffe. James also has had a lot of time on the water today. Whoa, off camber, beautiful. It looked like a backflip. Actually, it was a barrel roll. I'm still learning. Kind of a backflip barrel roll hybrid. I'll just make that up. One hand, 1 foot for Demi Morgan on that 360 rotation nose stab off the back of the wave. Really cool. Hard slash. Good surf action from Juve. That's a re-entry that you just saw James Jaffe do. And Demi on the hunt here for a wave to work. Beautiful barrel roll from James Jaffe. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for our two competitors, and that's going to be close. That is going to be a close call. We'll see what happens between these two.
Once again, they're not head to head out there. They're against every one of the amateur freestylers. Again, the top four of the amateur freestylers you just seen in those 7 heats will advance until tomorrow's semifinals. Congratulations to all of our amateur riders, and great job.
All right, you guys, one more time, do me a favor. Put your hands together for Demi Morgan and James Jaffe. All right, I'm actually going to sneak up on both of them at the same time because we all saw that. We got started and you guys were suddenly right next to each other.
I was up on top of a wave and I looked down and we're right next to each other coming around, and I was turned left and she was turned hard right, and we narrowly avoided each other, and it was good. I was screaming.
I tell you what, that looked like an almost incident on the I-5, but y'all managed that super well. Demi, I got to just catch up with both of you, but I did not realize that you were riding with an injury, so you'd hurt your ankle a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it was back at Grayland Open on practice day on Friday, but it's been healing lately, so.
I'm going to turn you this way.
Oh, perfect.
That way they can talk to you too.
Perfect. Yeah, at Grayland I just flat landed a 360, like the flat spin, and rolled my ankle, but it's doing way better now, so it's not much of anything I noticed too bad unless I land hard on it. So.
You looked really great. A couple of times I heard Jordan go, it looked like that might have peeled her eyelids back, but it didn't look bad to me at all.
Yeah, there was a couple of times that it landed pretty hard, but I mean, I'm getting used to it. I'm liking my Blowsion build edge, so yeah.
Girl, you're a beast.
Thank you very much.
But it's such a great way. Ladies and gentlemen, Demi Morgan, let me sneak up on Mr. Jaffe. Man, you looked awesome too. I got to tell you, you had one out there. It was just almost the final one. It looked like a combination between a backflip and a barrel roll. You caught massive air, and then you took it off axis, which made it even more gnarly. Is that something that's a signature for you? Or?
I look over my shoulder, and I don't always go straight. It's hard. You got waves coming at you at different angles. It kind of kicks you around. I don't know. They're fun.
James, how long have you been doing this?
It's my second year now.
Oh my gosh, for second year, you have got so mad skills. I love watching you.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome, sir. Good luck. All right, you guys.
Hey, Don, next
Yes.
up on the docket. Next up, we got Abraham and Pete McAfee. They'll be followed by Thomas Scatinochi and Darren Anderson. Please report to staging.
I love how you say that. Thomas Scatinochi.
Yeah, like I said, a nice Irish name.
It's like you need a little, you need body English for that one. Scatinochi.
Right.
All right. You don't need any body language for this guy coming at us, and that is going to be Abraham Ho. And let me tell you, this guy can ho-ho-go in the air. He is currently second on the IFWA Tour. Gentleman that was on a massive hunt for a podium here last year. And you're about to watch him take the water. And let me just say, boy knows how to grab altitude. I want to say a special thanks to Ludo from Full Gas in the house, him and his whole film crew. Also, a special thanks to Paul Higgins and all their team also here. They are filming for ESPN, so you get to catch all this action on your own little TV set. But I'm going to tell you right now, you got the best seat in the house if you're hanging out with us. And we...
Right. Hey, wait, Abraham Ho, he is sponsored by TC Freeride, Richter, DASA, ADR, Jet Pilot, Touring Coach, and CrossFit. And PLP, Pete McAfee, sponsored by Blowsion, Tigercraft, DASA Racing, Salty Investments, Works Racing, Fiberlay, True Life Prosthetics, Faro Fabrication, Puckett Brand, Champion Timepieces, Atlas Cider, and Identity Petrol Works. Abraham Ho coming into today's action, currently in second on the IFWA Tour. Will he be able to overtake Gomez this weekend?
7 points separating those two riders. Only 3 points separating third and second place. That is going to be Abraham and Mick Anthony battling for second. Thomas Scacchione, I need you to return the Lycra vest, please. Thomas Scacchione, Scacchinochi, Saskatchewan. I'm going to have to get a nickname for him. We are on a quick break. Oh, there you are. Thomas, did you get your vest back? Oh, you did get one. Well, Evan was looking for you. I thought maybe it was to take a vest. Maybe it was to give you his. Are you red? Coming up? Okay. Like that, I don't know. You're like me. I don't know. All right, I'll find out. Don't go far. Evan, if you needed Thomas Scacchinochi, he was right there. I see the judges going back up in the scissor list. This is a perfect time to announce our judges. The gentleman in that yellow jacket is Mark Matsuda, president for the IFWA. Mark at the 2015 Rose Parade. That Rose Parade float brought to you by Amsoil. All right, also up in the cool scissor lift, Jeremy Fleming. Jeremy Phillips, another partner in crime. We've also got Jimbo Andrews up there, the one and only. Carl Granberg from Cold Fusion. Mike Serlin, actor to the stars. And Carol Ann Justina, who is our head judge. And we are ready to put some boats in the water. All right, Abraham, if you're ready, sir, you can make the way to the water. Pete McAfee, if you are ready, the water is yours. I'm so excited. Are you guys excited? Because if you're not, you should be. We're firing it off with the pros right here, the 2015 Blowsion Surfslam. Boom, right here, right now. Pro qualifying. We are now in the 8s, and we are taking them to the quarters.
That's right. We're going to qualify 16 down to 8, ladies and gentlemen. 16 to 8 in this round, our 8th finals. Again, each 6 minutes.
I got nervous. All right, these guys out doing a quick warm-up. Won't take very long before they flip that big yellow circle around up in the judges' tower. That actually helps the riders figure out where they are on time. So when you see the green turn towards the rider, that means that they are on the clock. What they've got right now turned towards the rider is red, indicating to the rider that they are not being judged yet, or that they're just done being judged. If you see it turn to the side, that means they're halfway through. So it's a real easy way for the riders to see, and as you can tell, it just went to the green, which means we're go. And Abraham killing it already. Pete McAfee, gentleman that did the entire tour, along with Abraham. All right, Pete McAfee coming in and working really close to shore. Gentleman in the yellow little lycra. In the red again, Abraham. Abraham sponsored by Richter. Or again, 16 riders going down to 8. This is our first, the pros of the 8th finals. Yep, 6 minutes. We're going back to 6 minutes for the heats. And ready? Everybody pray for sun. Big backflip. McAfee. Abraham over on the left. He's in the red. Looked like he was looking to put something together here. And the waves started just shutting down on him. Nice slash right into the face of that wave from Abraham Ho. And Pete McAfee went down over here on the right. And he is back up. Just had to get his motor going. Boom, baby. Hello, altitude. I told you Abraham Hostresser knows how to go big. Gorgeous backflip. Let's add a can flip to it.
Hey, Don, by the way, we're paging one adult beverage. One adult beverage. Please report to the announcing stand. One adult beverage. Please report to the announcing stand. Thank you.
I was actually just looking for Pete. Looked like he went down briefly again over there. Wow, massive. That was going to be a barrel roll or a 360 or a combination of the two?
Yeah, I'd call that a roll.
Would you call that a roll? I'm hanging out here with Christian. He's giving me the inside QT on it. Oh, hello. What was that?
I'd call that an off-axis one-footed flip.
All right, that's what we'll call it. Off-axis 1.5 flip. All right. And who is your daddy? I'm getting refreshers from. Oh, Nicholas is your dad. Okay. Big aerial for Abraham Hope. Nicholas looks over all of a sudden like, wait, where's my daughter? She's up to no good with a microphone, I'll tell you that. I most certainly will do that. Pete McAfee with a big backflip over here, followed by Abraham with a monster on the left. And Nicholas, your daughter just told me to go over there and tell you how awesome you are. I know, right? Seriously. That's what she said. That was just too cool. Would you please go over there and tell my daddy how awesome I am? All right, Abraham Ho, also pretty darn awesome. Gentleman that comes out of Cancun originally. Did the entire national tour. He's currently running in second. I say national tour. It's actually an international IFWA tour. And that move is one of the reasons that he is currently in second. Beautiful aired out backflip with a little extra attitude on the side. And guys, you're just getting a sampling of what's going to be coming back out tomorrow as well. And we're finally getting some pretty sunshine to go with this. Perfect timing. And McAfee, who has had a pretty good run going there, got a little mushed out as these waves crumble out. And unfortunately, it looks like as the red flag came out, perfect timing as Abraham bring it in. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Put your hands together for Pete McAfee and Abraham Hostresser. Your first two pros making their run for the finals.
And again, Abraham riding for ride.
You are awesome. I just snuck down here real quick with Pete McAfee. I just wanted to catch up with you. You know, it looked like you were going to find the perfect wave back there, and then suddenly, I don't know if it just shut down on you or what, but I noticed you going down on the boat a little.
Oh, yeah. It was hard to ride. They were stacking up a little bit. Waves are kind of unpredictable, but that's what makes it fun, you know? You got to ride everything.
Yeah, it really, really does. Again, just crumbly or out there?
Just not what you'd expect. It's there and it's not. You know, you got to hit the A-frame early for sure, because if you wait at all, it's gone.
Awesome, Pete. It was still super fun to watch you. Can't wait to see what the score is going to be and who's going to move on.
Thanks, Don. I had a good time getting throttled out there.
But you always do. I love you for that. Thank you.
Awesome Dawson.
Yes, sir.
Hey, check this out. Congrats. It's moving. Quarterfinals.
Say that again.
Abraham Ho is moving.
Well, that's perfect because I was just sneaking up on him. So I just heard that you're moving into the quarterfinals, but I got to say, after some of the altitude you were catching out there, we needed to alert the FAA. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
have fun. I got a lot of power. My Richter with DASA, it's sending to the sky. And yeah, it's so much fun. Hit the wave, push the throttle, and go high.
You know, Abraham, I know you love this particular venue. What is it about this surf that makes it so tough?
Well, Oregon Surfslam is I think the coolest event of all. I like it very much because it's always good surf, always. Sometimes it's big, scary, and you have a lot of options, and it's a lot of fun. Enjoy it. Thanks.
You bet. Can't wait to see you moving into the quarterfinals, although I don't know that I've ever seen you scared.
Well, yeah, outside it's scary sometimes, you know, but the adrenaline and the rush, it's worth it. So, yeah, it's fun.
You're awesome. Thanks, bud.
Don, we're underway with heat number 2 here in our 8 finals. Thomas Scaccioni, Scaccianoci, rather, will be in red. Darren Anderson is in yellow. And Air Darren from just up the street in Portland. He's sponsored by Blowsion, Jet Pilot, ODI, Full Gas, DASA, and Fiberlay.
Another one that's going to need the FAA approval is Darren Anderson catching that big back flip.
That's easy for you to say.
Well, no, apparently not, since I stumbled all over myself. Oh, my gosh. More celebrity sightings right here on the beach at the Blowsion Surfslam. I just happened to sneak up on Tanner Thomas, the one and only. How you doing, bud?
I'm great, Don. Good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. What's weird is I'm not seeing you all suited up and competing.
Well, this year, as a lot of people know, I'm doing flatwater freestyle, so kind of focusing on that, but came out here to do the big air showdown tomorrow. So gonna see how big we can take this thing.
Well, if anybody could do it, you can, sir.
Why, thank you. I got one job to do.
Yeah, right. You can focus, which I love. All right, again, just catching up with Tanner Thomas, a gentleman that was our Rookie of the Year here, first year. I saw massive air right then from Darren Anderson. I didn't see what it was, though. And actually, if you don't mind, Tanner, I'm going to have you help me kind of identify some of these tricks. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. It looked like a big, clean, straight backflip from Darren. Almost went over the drone.
A little bit of a re-entry over here on the right again from Darren Anderson. Which I like. Now, how do you do a re-entry?
Well, a good re-entry is timing the wave where it curls properly and being able to jump up off the wave and keep your momentum to come back down into the wave. If you go out the back side of the wave, then you're really not re-entering anything. So it's important to get that landing back onto the wave and right out in front. Ooh, looks like a little leg action Superman barrel roll attempt over there on the left.
Yeah, I would have called that a face auger, but I like yours better.
I think he'll like it better too, calling it that.
Hey, Don, on deck, we should have Randy Lawler and Brock Taylor. They should be in staging right now, and joining them in staging, we need Mick Anthony and Christian Young.
Yeah, Thomas Scaccianoci just getting punished over here, and as we had talked about, he's been on the water a lot today. Went for a backflip there and just got stripped off the boat. We've got our course marshals over there right away. Meanwhile, Air Anderson doing a flight time in Heat 2.
Ooh.
Just got a little bit of smush.
Well, what had happened was...
Yeah, started with the backflip. And not very often do you see Darren go off at his boat like that, but unfortunately, already back in it, which is good. And he is going to go check on Thomas as well, make sure he's okay. And they're going to have some guys actually run down there and help grab that boat as well. Thank you, by the way, for doing that. And Darren with a re-entry.
Big re-entry there by Darren Anderson, and we've got less than 2 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, Scaccianoci, who had just got back aboard the boat, actually moving out of the way for Darren. Re-entry for Darren. Man, I don't know what it is. Like just the left-hand side over here towards the south. These waves, very unpredictable. Scacinoci over on the left-hand side in that red jersey. Again, Darren Anderson pretty much right in front of us. Pretty close to being right in front of the announcer tower. Or excuse me, the judging tower, Mike. Nice barrel roll and a great recovery from Scacinoci.
Well, these guys got less than a minute to go. And we're going to have the opportunity to take a look at Randy Lawler and Brock Taylor, who are coming up next.
Oh, boy. Went up for a big backflip, was going for a one-footer, rode that out, and all of us were going, oh, okay, that was okay.
Recovery, good recovery.
Yeah, I'm down here with Taylor Curtis, and both of us same time went, okay, he's all right. Watching Darren Anderson uncork the madness. Yeah, these are really tough conditions, aren't they?
Yeah, it's all over the place out there.
Is it just me, Taylor? It just seems like it's folding out oddly, and then in other places it's just pushing super hard.
Yeah, it's dumping on the inside. You got to really choose your section and look for the good spots.
All right, big re-entry with a lot of air. He landed that one really nice, and hopefully got that underneath the horn.
Clean, clean.
Very clean. We like it. All right, that looks like is that gonna do it, Mike? Did I hear the horn?
That is the horn, and that'll signify the end of our 8 finals heat number 2 of 8 on tap here for our 8 finals. Thomas Scacinoci was in red. Darren Anderson was in yellow. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for both of those free riders? Randy Lawler, Brock Taylor coming up next, and they'll be followed by Mick Anthony and Christian Young. No, Jacob and Ben Damon, please report to staging. Thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, while we have the opportunity, I'd like to say a very special thanks to our live stream sponsor, the Tillamook Country Smoker team, who is here with us in Performance Alley. Stop on up and pick up your free sample of beef jerky, or you can pick up a 2-foot pepperoni stick for only $1 at Tillamook Country Smoker. A very special thanks also to KNS of Kuwait, who will be sponsoring our Big Air competition, Sickest Trick competition tomorrow. Thanks to Pappy Rinse, Fiberlay, Scatrack, Jetnetics, Jet Import, Fly Racing, Full Gas, Full Adrenaline, HydroTurf, Novi, and Fiberlay. And Salty.
All right, Mike, so Randy Lawler and Brock Taylor coming at us here in just a few seconds, making their way back down to the water. A little bit of background on them. You know, Randy Lawler also aboard that new freeform boat. And quite the pit crew these guys have put together for them. Also,
hey,
if I
Dawn,
remember, yes.
check this out. Air Darren,
Yeah.
he's moving on. He's moving on to the quarterfinals.
Bam. Congratulations, Darren. So Brock Taylor out of Australia. Gentleman that broke his arm last year was unable to compete. Currently at SeaWorld, actually ripping it up in that SeaWorld show over in Australia. So great to have him come and join us. Randy Lawler, man, no introduction necessary for the Lawler tribe. Dominating down here once again at Surfslam. But I got to sneak up on the man with the plan. Mr. Anderson, how you doing?
So good, Don. That was a real good run. Best one probably of mine so far as me feeling. Had a lot of energy, just kept it going. The waves were popping big. That was just the way I like it.
Dude, I got to tell you, you popped off of that thing. You did the backflip. Your leg went out, and then suddenly we thought both Taylor Curtis and I both were like, oh.
Yeah, I had a little of my moment of that of my own. Luckily, the boat came right around and landed next to me. I tried to hold on to it as far as I could until we hit the water and popped up right. Luckily, it was right there, just like she always is.
Awesome. Congratulations, my friend. Thanks for moving on.
Thank you.
You bet. Go get some rest. All right, Mikey, I heard the horn. I know what that means.
Yeah, that's right. It's time to do business here in our third qualifier here in our 8th finals. Hey, by the way, you know, it's funny because the judges were waiting for the pro class for the sun to come out. And take a look upstairs right now, man. Mother Nature is smiling down.
Yeah, I tell you what, she might be smiling, but the mechanic gods are just giving the Lawlers fits. Randy Lawler having to come in and switch boats. Fortunately, he's got a bunch of sprinters on his team, and they've already run the boat back out there, and he is about a minute down at the most, which is exactly what he needed to do to get back in this game. It is Lawler and Brock Taylor back-to-back.
Randy Lawler, once again, he is sponsored by the Freeform Factory, DASA, HydroTurf, Blowsion, Liquid Militia, Jet Pilot, Maxima Racing Oil, Jet Maniac, Freeride Innovations, and Lawler Motor Express, as well as Daylight. Meanwhile, Brock Taylor, on the other hand, he is sponsored by Crash, DASA, Works, Jet Blowsion, and the P2P Gym out of Australia. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget in between the heats to stop up here and performance out. We've got Jet Tribe, Blowsion, Liquid Militia, all set up along with Truck Boss, Monster Energy. All kinds of great vendors up here, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up and support those who support the sport.
All righty, Mike, back down here watching Randy Lawler and Brock Taylor go at it. And as I had said, Randy had a problem for him. I'll just go ahead and do a backflip. And you know what? I'm going to make it be a no-hander because I can. Yeah, woo is exactly right. That was insanity. I tell you, this Lawler tribe is off the charts, just off the charts.
Ooh,
beautiful pirouette as well.
I was going to say, that could be a salty investment.
It could absolutely be a salty investment. Brock Taylor, mind the way, not to be trifled with, off-axis barrel. Beautiful. Randy tried to pop up over that wave, almost got that handle pull in the face. Whoa, meanwhile, Brock underestimated that boat a little bit, and the wave pushed him back, managed to ride it out. Meanwhile, you hear the crowd screaming. That was a big 360 nose stab for Randy Lawler. And now Randy having to run in again. Tough break. And they are running another boat out to him. I swear this is like the Walmart shopping hub for boats. You know what? I don't know. I don't like this color. I'm going to go for another color. All right, so Randy locking in.
Hey, do we have a competition going between Lawler and Gomez? Who can use the most boats?
Yeah, I don't think that's a purpose, by the way. That's nerve-wracking, as you very well know, right? Like, man, when your boat's not running, it's like, fix it right now, especially when you have 6 minutes. Not a lot of time. And now he's had to take twice breaks. Will he be able to turn this in to a heat where he can move into the next round? That question could be in the hands of the gentleman he's riding against, Brock Taylor, who just threw off a massive, freaky backflip.
1 minute left to go.
No way did I just see Brock Taylor do that. Did I really just see that?
What had he did?
Okay, well, here's what happened. He did a full extension, took both of his feet off on that backflip and extended it, and then landed it. I don't know if he did it on purpose.
Yeah, that's called a super flip.
I like it. It's actually a ruler flip. Am I saying that right, Mick? A ruler.
A ruler flip, yeah.
Oh, that's Australian. It's a ruler flip.
A ruler flip, that's his, move made famous.
That's how you, yeah?
In freestyle motocross.
Oh, okay, a ruler flip. That's how you say it if you're tall and Australian and handsome like Mick Anthony. No extra charge for that, Mick.
Excuse me, I'll be right back. I gotta go see a man about a wallaby.
Man about a wallaby. All right, that's gonna do it. I couldn't even call the tricks, they were coming that fast. Brock Taylor and Brandon Lawler. Boom, baby. That was sick. I don't think they realized that the red flag had come out. So Randy Lawler, great back air, huge flip. Brock Taylor answered. You know what? Brock's going to go do it again just because he can. I think Brock's excited because he found some waves that were clean. He was like, you know what? I'll see you guys later. I'll come back in when I run out of gas. Everybody that's holding for Brock is like, dude, come home. Isn't it awesome? I mean, you have a sport that basically started because boys will be boys, and they wanted to go play on the water, and they wanted to go do big tricks on the water, and then they wanted to turn that into a party. So John Dady was like, well, that's a good idea. Let's do that. And I kind of happen to have this cool place in Oregon where you guys can come hang out. And it was invitation only, by the way. That's how this thing started. So I like when a good idea starts like that. And then we turn it into an event that actually is around the world. So the IFWA is born, the International Freeride Watercraft Association. And they take this little, and I'm going to coin a phrase from one of Mike and I's good buddy, water circus. And you liked that, didn't you?
Are you talking about Rob Flores?
Yes. I might be. And they take that and they travel around the world with it. This is the culmination. You are watching not only the final round for the IFWA, but you are also watching the legendary Surfslam in action right here. And I am not kidding when I say legendary. People truly from around the world save up all year long just to come to this event in Pacific City, just to get a chance to go head-to-head with some of the top riders in the world with some of the craziest water conditions in the world.
Hey, Dawn.
Yeah, talk to me.
This just Brock Taylor, congratulations. You are moving on to the quarterfinals. Coming up next, we've got Mick Anthony and Christian Young. Christian Young out of California. And he is sponsored by Thrust Innovations, Dassa Racing, Maxima Oil, Mom, Dad, and Salty Investments. Mick Anthony coming to us out of Australia, sponsored by Tigercraft, TNT, AJSP, and TPE. A, B, C.
Hey, Mikey.
Yes.
Talking about A, B. So I'm down here with Brock Taylor. Brock, a week before you were supposed to come here last year, broke your arm. I knew you broke your arm. I didn't realize it was a week before. Everything was booked, ready to go, unable to make it. How does it feel right now in this moment? You just qualified to go to the next round.
I'm stoked. Just like to thank Jero for the ski. He's a legend. And yeah, Crash, Blowsion, Chip Pilot, all the guys that helped me out, Dassa, Works, everyone that, just putting in and stick out there.
Oh my God, I can feel the energy. You were going massively huge off there. You must have found some great water on those back sets.
Yeah, those big ones out the back at the end there were awesome. The bigger the better, so
And was that a super flip? That was the ruler flip, Nick told me?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. All right, you guys, we're going to go to the next round. Brock, thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Mikey, back to you.
All right, once again, we got Mick in red out there and Christian in yellow. The Australia-USA battle. Christian, once again, sponsored by Salty Investments. And he is one of the young guns of our sport. Started when he was only 15 years old.
Right here, in fact. It was actually one of his first competitions right here at the Surf Slam, and he was only 15. Him and his parents came out. He was actually shorter than me.
Back then.
Yes.
2 years ago.
True. All right, and then Mick Anthony. All right, Christian with a monster barrel roll. Mick Anthony, actually, gentleman I talked about earlier today, dislocated his shoulder massively and has not been able to ride a whole bunch. Just got on the water yesterday. I asked him how he felt. He said, you know what, I'm doing pretty good, but he has definitely got limited ability, limited rotation on that shoulder right now.
Yeah, you could tell. And that is that's a painful injury. That is more painful than watching women's tennis.
Yeah, okay, so I'm getting a little bit more of the background on Mick. Apparently, of all the ligaments that hold your shoulder in, he has one left, and it's a partial, holding his shoulder in right now. And that, by the way, is a gentleman that just did a monster barrel roll. Not that you would know that he's hurt. Except I heard him telling me earlier, he's like, yeah, every time I land, I'm like, oh, ouch. Okay, Christian Young. Gentleman in red, Mick Anthony, currently third in the points on the tour, and he is in yellow. Wow. I'm going to say that was a 50-50, right?
That's what it looked like from up here on the Blowsion Tower of Power.
Alrighty.
And by the way, we need Bruno Jacob and Ben Damon. Please report to staging, along with Brody Kopp and Brandon Lawler. Also, please report to staging. Dawn, back to you on the beach.
Thanks, handsome. Okay, so Mick Anthony over there on the hunt. I saw him just get a backflip in. Christian wanting to rack up equal amount of points. They're judged 50-50, 50% on surf, 50% on the aerial maneuvers. One limb attached to that boat as he goes up for that massive barrel roll. That was Christian Young. No-hander, one-footer.
Yeah, that's a scarecrow. And that trick right there made famous by Lee Stone out of the United Kingdom, former freestyle world champion. Winner of this one will take on Brock Taylor in the quarterfinals. And we've already got one bracket comprised of Abraham Ho and Darren Anderson.
All right, Mick Anthony going up for a big backflip. I'm going to probably just start calling Mick Anthony with no-handers, period, because you know if he's trying to land with that one arm, he's just going to let go. Big 360 off the back of that for Mick. Nose stabbed it. And he said that's the most dangerous part for him is those nose stabbing and the surf riding because he can't protect it at all. Again, you're watching Mick Anthony and Christian Young.
Yeah, those are tricks right there that will make your physical therapist cringe.
Yeah, I'm just counting up the deductible for the guy. Pirouette, nicely done for Christian Young. Christian pops right off the back of the wave for another 360. Landed in a tail stand. I just sneak up on Sean Valsecki here. So Sean, does it make you want to be in the water?
I get a little nervous. The back's a little tender.
Crazy out there. 1 footer for Mick Anthony. All right, a correction on that. Christian's in the yellow, Mick Anthony in red. Nice look back, barrel roll for Mick Anthony.
There goes the horn. And that will do it for our, I believe, our third heat here in our 8 finals in the pro class. Once again, that was Mick Anthony, sponsored by Tigercraft and TPE, as Christian Young, who was in yellow, sponsored by Salty Innovations, as well as his mom and dad, Maxima Oil, Dasa Racing, and Thrust Innovations. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, Bruno Jacob and Ben Damon.
All right, bud, I just got to catch up with you. How'd that feel?
All good until one little moment. I think my shoulder actually popped out and back in. It's a bit sore now, but the rest of the run didn't even hurt at all. It's just that one bit, and yeah, felt pretty good. I didn't really see Christian's run. I saw him do some big airs, so we'll have to wait and see what the judges say.
Yeah, both of you guys looked really good. I have to tell you, your buddies up there were cringing a couple of times on your behalf.
Yeah, a couple little sketchy moments, but all in all, it was a pretty good run. Probably not my best surf riding because I'm struggling with the shoulder, but the aerials actually felt pretty good.
You know what, Mick, regardless, I mean, here's the deal. You've had a great run this year on the tour. Nothing to complain about that there. You're running currently in third with obviously a shot at second. Looked great today. Let's see if you can make it to the next, right?
Yeah, thanks.
One at a time.
One at a time, yeah.
All right, let's get you some rest. Mikey, back to you.
All right, Don Dawson coming up next. We got Jacob. Bruno will be in red. And Ben Damon out of Australia. He will be in yellow. Coming to us, Brazil. And Bruno is sponsored by the Bahia government, as well as Tigercraft, Petro Bahia, and the Huckett brand. And meanwhile, Ben Damon out of Australia, sponsored by AGSP and Brisbane Watercraft.
All right, just catching up real quick with Christian Young, my buddy, who's actually taller than me now. But other than that, I'm not sore about it. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I mean, it was a good run. It was fun. It was a good time, which is what it's all about.
You looked great. You were airing it out big time. I know Mick Anthony kept sneaking peeks over at you. He's like, man, that guy's getting some air.
Dude, I know. I had to do the same exact thing with him. I mean, I saw a couple good things, let him know that I was watching him, but it was a good ride for sure. I had a good time.
I got to say, I heard Paul Higgins from ESPN asking you how you thought the sport had changed and how this event had changed the past couple of years. Again, just to recap on that.
I mean, the sport has definitely changed. It's a whole new ball game from where it is now to where it used to be. I mean, amateurs were just barely doing flips and no stabs and things like that, but now they're going all out, and it's getting crazy.
It is getting crazy, but I got to say, you are stepping it up for this. It's so great to see you. How do you feel running in the pros now?
I've been running in the pros for a while, but I mean, it's getting harder and harder every year because everybody's stepping it up, and it's getting very difficult to keep up with everybody, but it's always a good time no matter what.
Ah, you're awesome. Christian Young, ladies and gentlemen,
Hey.
put your hands together for him.
Don?
Yes, sir.
Don, you got Christian there?
I do.
Hey, let him know that I talked about his sponsor, Salty Investments. And after you tell him that, please let him know that I said congratulations because he's moving on quarterfinals.
Oh, my gosh. Well, he would talk to you, except all his buddies just ran out here to give him a hug, including Kyle from DASA,
Right
because
on.
they are stoked for him. So Christian Young, super excited.
Congrats, Junior. We need Jersey J. Jersey J, please pick up your radio. Jersey J, please pick up your radio. Thank you. Hey, Don Dawson.
Talk to me.
Guess what?
What?
We've got 2 of our brackets for our quarterfinals here at the Pro Class.
Oh?
Abraham Ho will face Darren Anderson tomorrow.
Wow.
And Brock Taylor will face Christian Young.
That is going to be epic.
2 more brackets to fill up. We've got 4 more heats here in our 8 finals in the Pro Class, folks. Stick around. Lots of action coming at you courtesy of the 2015 Blowsion Surfslam.
By the way, this Blowsion Surfslam brought to you by HydroTurf. Want to say a special thanks to Tillamook Country Smoker, our live stream sponsor for this weekend. And as I look down the beach, still a lot of happy, bright, shiny faces. And it's even better because I can see them in the sun now. So we're getting Mother Nature on our side as the pros continue to take it to the next altitude right here on the beach at Pacific City. So again, Bruto Jacob and Ben Damon looking to see who is going to be going into this next round. That will be the next SmackDown happening.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as things start to heat up out there on the beach, you can cool down back here in Performance Alley with an ice-cold Atlas Cider. Only sets you back about $5 a pint. Atlas Cider, proud sponsor of the 2015 Blowsion Surfslam.
Hey, Mike.
Yo.
I just happened to catch up with my buddy down here, Randy Lawler, who I got to just say, I love these guys. Like, regardless of win or lose, it's always cool because they're in a good mood, and even though it was a tough break, you know, you've got such a great attitude. But I got to tell you, you're a little hard on your equipment.
Yes, I know that, but honestly, I know it's going out on that pink ski for only a minute or 2. The stator's out of it, and once it got hot, it was done running. So I hopped on my brother's boat, and I guess I went pretty high. Tell me.
You did go pretty high.
Got a little water in it, so I brought it back in and hopped on the yellow ski and had a good time on that. And we definitely got some real nice waves at the end of that little round, and felt real good. My ankles hurt real bad, and we had a great time.
That's always a good sign.
Yes, yeah, it is.
Another of the 15 things, the only place you would hear that would be here. My ankles got hurt.
Yeah, you got that right. Can't really fall from that far without feeling some sort of pain, I guess.
And no kidding. And I got to tell you, at one point, even Mike Young up there was going, I don't know, is Randy in competition with Mark Gomez to see how many boats he can break today?
You never know. We'll go for it.
All right, you guys, it was really, really awesome to see you out there, Randy. Of course, I'm bummed that you can't make it into the final, but I love your attitude nevertheless.
Well, thank you much. It was a great time.
All right, now we got to support your brother, right?
I know. He's coming up next after this round.
Okay. More Lawler action coming at you. But first,
But wait, there's more.
I knew that. You could get a Ronco set of steak knives to go with that run.
Well done. Once again, we got Bruno Jacob out there in red. Ben Damon out of Australia. He's out there in yellow. Brady Kropp, Brandon Lawler, Brody Kopp and Brandon Lawler. We need you to staging, as well as Zach Bright and James Gervais, our wild card racer. We need you to staging as well.
Bruno Jacob in the red and Ben Damon in yellow. And I had to double check my sheets because I messed it up on the last one. So Bruno, Brazil, as Mike had talked about. And I thought Ben Damon was going to find a big wave, but it looked like it just shut down right as he got there. So he's going to capitalize on some surfing. Gentleman in the yellow. Meanwhile, Bruno Jacob going to take it just a little bit deeper, see if he can't find him a clean face to work off of. Or as Jordan Fielder says, see if they can get an opportunity to peel their eyelids back. Nice off axis back flip for Bruno Jacob.
Boom, boom. Bruno shaking the room.
Dang it, Mick.
Yeah, didn't make it, but still secured third for the year, so all in all, it's still a pretty good year.
Hey, it's a heck of a great year, and now you just get to hang out with me and Mike and enjoy some apple cider, you know, that thing.
Well, the good thing is this round was today, so I don't have to ride tomorrow. No stress now, and enjoy the rest of my holiday.
There you go. It's exactly how long are you over here for?
Only a couple more days.
Well, you know, while you're here, I'm going to put you to work. We're here with Bruno Jacob. Describe that move right there.
Very nice, so Bruno would say.
Well, shoot, I could do that. I meant in technical terms.
I didn't even see it.
Faker. All right, so it was a big barrel roll for Bruno Jacob.
That was pretty technical.
That was pretty technical, fair enough.
Hey, that's all right. He's off for the rest of the weekend. Mick, that means we're going out for a cocktail tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, again, Ben Damon taking it in tight here. Now, just a question on the surfing portion of this. In your opinion, what all do you have to get done when you're surfing, when you're trying to get those points up?
Pretty much the maneuvers on the wave. You want to keep in the most critical part on the wave, near the whitewash where it's breaking. And as many maneuvers, slashes, 360s, whatever you can do, and staying in the wave for as long as possible.
Now, when you say in the whitewater, is it on the front part of the whitewater where I get the most points?
Yeah, you definitely need to be on the front part, but you want the whitewater just behind you and riding on the open face wave. And yeah, being in the critical point of the wave.
Yeah, the one thing you don't want to do, though, is do a backflip and then lose the boat. Unfortunately, Ben Damon just did that, although I loved the air on that. Get an opportunity now to get him back going again. And he has already recovered, but that is part of it, too. It's like when you go for these big tricks, you know sometimes you're not going to make them, and it's the recovery that helps, right? How fast?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes you might crash on the landing. You need to pull yourself up quick before the judges notice how bad the landing was.
Oops. Maybe the announcer shouldn't have mentioned that then. I'll try to not do that next time. All right, Bruno Jacob with a re-entry.
Only about 25 ticks left on the clock.
Now, Mick, I got another quick question since I have the opportunity to talk with the experts here. How slippery is that whitewater? Because I know when you're racing closed course, if you get in that whitewater, it's hard to keep the boat straight.
Yeah, it's definitely slippery, but it's more to the point you don't, the pump doesn't hook up, so it'll do what we call cavitation, and when it doesn't hook up, you also don't have as much steering because that's how it steers with all the water pushing out of the nozzle. So that's the biggest thing, the cavitation, not so much it being too slippery.
Good, well said. Thank you, sir. All right, what happened there, Mike? Looked like a flag?
Yeah, it looks like that is the end of that heat right there between Bruno Jacob in red and Ben Damon. Our Brazilian-Australian battle out there. That was our fifth qualifier here in our 8th finals. We're going to work the top half of the bottom bracket for our quarterfinals. We'll let you know who the winner is here momentarily. But meanwhile, I'd like to say a very special thanks to Blowsion, Liquid Militia, and the Jet Tribe for bringing all these great clothes out here, and hats and koozies, shirts, and all the other people can come up here and buy. So thanks to Monster Energy for being out here and keeping everybody powered by Monster Energy. Big shout out to all of our friends over here selling the $5 pints from Atlas. Thank you very much. You're in the house out of Bend, Oregon. And Don, we're just waiting now to find out who will be moving on. Will it be the Brazilian Bruno Jacob or the Australian Ben Damon?
Well, trying to catch up real quick with Bruno Jacob, but again, you know, part of the challenge of the Surf Slam is getting these boats in and out of the water. So right now, Ben Damon and Bruno Jacob both dealing with these water conditions.
Well, hey, Don?
Yes, sir.
Was you able to catch up with Bruno?
Well, hold that. Don't you say anything yet. Don't ruin my surprise. I'm almost catching up with him. But I'll let you tell him the news in just a second. Okay, so Bruno, I just wanted to touch base there. It looked to me like there was a lot of stuff closing out on you as you went up to it on these waves.
Yeah, I had laid off my first hole on foot hand. I had a problem with steering system. So just one side's working. Then I try to make all my best. Just flips, under flips, surfing, entries. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm doing my best with the conditions. Yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Great to have you back out at the Surf Slam. I know that you were pulling off a lot of these different maneuvers. So for you, did this feel like this was a lot different last year than the conditions you were dealing with?
Yeah, I think this year was the best that I have been here. Very clean. It's still cold for a Brazilian, but yeah, that's good, clean. Yeah, I love coming to America.
We love to have you here too, and Mike had some news for you, Mikey.
Yeah, well, I wanted to let him know first off, over at the Jet Tribe booth, you can get those XL tour coats now for 40 bucks.
Oh, man.
The people are looking for
Come on.
them. Find them. Well, they looked and they were in the clearance box. XL tour coats, Jet Tribe for 40 bucks. Oh, and by the way, Bruno,
hey, my friend, I'm
congratulations,
here.
baby.
Thanks. Yeah, I want to thank all the people that helped me, and let's do it. Let's go.
Bruno Jacob is going to the quarterfinals.
I don't think he even realized you told him that. Bruno, you actually qualified to go to the quarters, bud. Oh, he's like, oh, good, okay. I get an extra cool deal on a tour coat, and I go to the finals. I like.
Exactly. Well, I had to throw that in there.
Massive backflip out on the water.
Yeah, you got Brody Kopp in red and Brandon Lawler in yellow.
Yeah, well, in that case, it was Brody Kopp with the massive backflip.
Winner of this one, Don, will go to take on Bruno Jacob in the quarterfinals.
Awesome. Brandon Lawler with a 360 right over the top of the wave. Free entry for Brandon. Brody Kopp with a sweet pirouette. Or a 360. I like to call him a pirouette because it looks so wicked. That looked like almost setting up for a 50-50 for Brandon Lawler, who, by the way, has been having some challenges with his hip, but when he walked back down to get on his boat, Mike, I did not see him limping. So hopefully they got a little bit of relief for him, but I know he was actually really hoping that he wouldn't have to go back out today. Big barrel roll for Brandon. Oh my goodness. Off axis, off camber for Brody Kopp in that deep set of big waves that we have been talking about. They're a little bit further out. These guys they're running about 1,000 feet back. Oh, kicked the hood on that backflip. That Brandon. Call that a can. Rookies. Rookie riders need to start prepping. Off-axis backflip, Brandon Lawler, textbook move. Rookies need to start prepping. Here's what it's looking like on our schedule. We got 2 more sets for the pros. Then we're going to have about a 10-minute break, and then we're going to be bringing the action to the rookies. So I need to have you guys getting suited up, get a little warm, grab some fuel. Aaron Milstein and Bailey Jones can be the first 2 out of the gate. And Mike, I'm not seeing Brandon do as much as aerial work as he normally does until I saw that. Bam. That was huge. Yeah, that was pretty sick right there. Massive backflip, Brandon Lawler. All right, I heard Brody Kopp went into a 360 right into a backflip, which is a combination move. By the way, that is rare, right? Because that's really hard for these guys to do combos. Not unusual for freestyle. In fact, one of the main things we judge for in flat water. But you can imagine a lot different world for the free ride guys. So to do a combination of tricks is sick. And Brody Kopp. And actually, you know who told me about it? The Lawler team. They're actually giving props to their competitor, which is awesome. Oh, that was a 50-50. No, it isn't. Okay, it was a Madonna. Dadgummit. I thought it was a 50-50. I'm just going to stand here and let y'all tell me. Thank you. I know Mike's up there laughing. Barrel roll. Thank you. Madonna. I'm going to be like one of those chicks from NBC. I'm just going to have a plug in the ear, and they're going to tell me what to say. Really? I was right? Bam! Thank you. All right, I actually called that a 50-50, and I was right. I'm going to just revel in that for a second, okay? Because I've been making a lot of mistakes. Everybody's been helping me out down here.
Hey, Don, congratulations. We got some free stickers for you up here.
You're just evil. Thank you.
Less than a minute to go.
Are they full gas stickers?
Yes, they are, as a matter of fact.
I want one. All right, big 1-footer back there for Brody, actually. Can you believe Brody did a 360 into a backflip? I freaking missed that. That's awesome. In shallow water, yeah, no less. As if that's not, I almost said a bad word, bold enough. Oh, Brandon looking. Yeah, makes that a 360. Minus the nose stab. Which, considering how his leg's feeling right now, is probably a blessing. Holy moly. Flex flip, thank you. Also grabbing, now on the flex flip, do they actually try to grab their foot? Okay, but he actually did grab his foot on that as well. Very cool for Brody Kopp. Brody is going to make this tough. He is not giving an inch. Brandon, by the way, you guys, is a gentleman that won last year right here at Surfslam. Brandon Lawler, top of the podium. So right now it's a little tense to see who is going to be going into the next round. Mikey?
Hey. Hey, Don?
Yes, sir.
You know, I've got this Atlas Cider Company tin that would look great in somebody's man cave. However, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to take the plastic off and give it to you, and you can have the riders sign it, and it would be even better in a man cave.
Oh, that's awesome, and I'm happy to do that, by the way.
That's because you're so cool.
No, you're cool. Actually, we're all cool. because we're hanging out here with the Liquid Militia crew at the Blowsion Surfslam for 2015. And I'm going to see if I can't catch up with some guys that are even cooler than me. And you. Well, I don't know if they're cooler than you. Oh, man. Unfortunately, they're going to actually have to help Brandon up a little bit here. Tough break for him on this leg. I know he has been really fighting this hip. Bud, how's it going? You know what I love about you? You ask me how it's going.
Yeah, how'd it look?
I thought you looked pretty awesome.
That's all that matters.
I am going to say, I'm going to brag 1 minute, okay? You did a 50-50 out there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I called it, and then your brother Randy told me it was a flex flip.
I was a opposite hand, opposite foot. Flex flip is same side, same hand, same foot. I didn't go for any of those. I don't think my leg would have came back.
Well, I tell you what, you looked spectacular out there. I know your leg has been really bugging you. Actually laid down a little bit here just to give it some rest. How are you doing?
It's hurting a lot. I've never been through anything like this. I've hurt shoulders, ribs, but never like my groin. But I'm stoked to be out here. I always have fun out here at Surfslam. It's a great event. Big thanks to like John Daddy for everything does to put this event on. Blowsion, all the guys go through tons of work to make this event happen for us. So there's no other place I'd rather be. Just bummed that I got hurt early in the round. So hopefully I did enough to move on, but we'll see.
Can I just brag about your family a little bit? So even while they were out there watching you, and I mean it was eagle eyes, they were also giving massive props to Brody. Did like this 360 backflip, and they were telling me about it. I love your family, and I love the way that you approach competition, my friend.
Yeah, definitely. And I got a shout out to Brody. He's one of my best friends. I wouldn't be mad if he beat me, by all means. I mean, couldn't be happier riding next to my buddy. It's hard riding next to your friends, but that's what the sport is, and I'm glad to have such a good buddy from another country in this sport.
I hear you. All right, let's get you out of the water. I know. Was it me, or was it just getting deeper? All right, they're gonna get Brandon checked out here, but you can tell he's definitely starting to hurt. Mikey, back to you, my friend.
Yeah, he looks like I feel. Hurt, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Put your hands together for these two guys. Our defending champion from last year, Brandon Lawler, and his good buddy, Brody. My gosh, you went huge.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it kind of sucks having to go up against my teammate, but that's how the brackets works, and sometimes it's yeah, a bit unfortunate, but had a lot of fun out there competing against him. Yeah, we're good friends, always look after each other.
And I'll tell you the same thing I told them. They were actually bragging about you at the same time they were watching Brandon, but they were bragging you up. I even missed it. You really did a 360 and then into a backflip in shallow water?
Yeah, that's one of the things I can do. Yeah.
You are awesome, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, so we're standing by right now to see who is going to be moving into the next round. Mikey? Uh-oh. Are they still debating? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They are huddled up there. You should see Danielle Lawler down here just instigating. She's like, you know what? They should make them ride again. A land backflip contest. Your brother hates you right now, just so you know. All right, again, we're just standing by between Brody Kopp and Brandon Lawler, both side by side, waiting for the results, Mike. And this is tense because this is our defending champion from last year with this young gun who is also incredible, who's been riding with him. I know you guys are great buddies. So you've been practicing together too, or?
We only when we're together, like mainly when he's out in Australia, he'll come stay at my house and yeah, we'll go ride. But yeah, I'm living in London now, so it's a lot closer to come over here and train with him and that. So I'll be doing that.
Yeah, so we got to see if we can get you over here more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Awesome. All right, Brody. Still standing by, my. Waiting.
Yeah, Don, I think the judges are still conferring up on the scissors lift. So obviously a very close heat here between Brody Kopp and Brandon Lawler, last year's champion. Up next, we're going to have Zach Bright and James Juvet, who Juvet making it in on the wild card. And in the final heat here with our 8th finals will be Mark Gomez and Ryan Solomon out of Australia. Then we'll go to our rookie class, finish out our day. Hold on. Very close, say the judges from the scissor lift. However, we do have a winner, and that winner is Brody Kopp.
Oh my goodness. So an upset, but a tough upset for both of them. First thing they did was hug each other. Let me start with Brody and get some words.
I don't know. Either way, I'm going to be happy. If he beat me, I'd be just as happy. It is what it is. It's got to be winner at the end of the day, and unfortunately, fortunately it's me, but unfortunately for Brandon, yeah. So
I tell you what, action speaking louder than words. First thing he said was unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? Because he cares about you so much too, Brandon. Give me some thoughts.
No, I mean, I couldn't be happier. There's nobody else out here I'd rather lose to. I mean, there's no way I could be mad about losing to my best friend. So whatever, it is what it is, and I'll be back next year, and I'll have more time training on my new ski, and hopefully more time training in the water. I mean, I got maybe 5 hours of ride time before this event in the last few months, so I'm stoked to be out here, and I had fun riding these new skis.
And I got to tell you, it was so much fun. And look at your sister. I mean, let's brag up this family.
Yeah, for the amount she's ridden from last year to now, she's really progressed a lot. She came out here and really stepped it up. I'm stoked for her.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for all of the Lawler family. Thank you so much. And Brody Kopp, who's moving on to tomorrow. All right. Back out in the water. Our final 2 pairs here of competitors. Going to be Zach Bryant and James Juvet. And man, as soon as I said that, the banner turned around, taking it to green. We are on the clock. All right, so Zach in red and James Juvet in yellow. Zach starting early, trying to get some action going on. And as he said, you got to be optimistic out here. You got to always be looking. And if you can't get the wave to do one thing, you'll work on it another way. Zach Bright, who ended up second last year in a legendary face-off against Brandon Lawler. Currently out on the water, and he's the gentleman working closest to the shore right now in that red jersey. Meanwhile, I'm going to sneak up on Mark Gomez and just catch some thoughts from him real quick. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, weather's kind of turning a little weird right now, so all that sunshine was getting me pretty amped, and now it's getting a little gloomy, but you know, I think we can squeeze out one last really good heat here before the surf absolutely turns to mush. So you know, it just kind of is what it is. It's Oregon. It's the last tour stop here, and you just got to go out and make the best of it. So that's what I'm going to go do. Just do absolutely everything I can to try and pull some stuff off out there.
Speaking of pulling stuff off, Zach Bryant with a big backflip. James Juvet answered also backflipping. Zach goes into a massive re-entry.
Once again, folks, we're pro. It even cuts out here. Went up next. Hey, by the way, just a reminder to you pros out there, just gave Don Dawson one of our Atlas Cider tins for somebody's man cave. Want all you guys to and gals to sign it. Again, Don is located right down there in front of staging.
Sorry about that. I had to multitask here. I heard Zach Bright just did a can roll and then turned that around with another one. I didn't see it either. Thank you. It was an off-axis backflip with his hand off. Man, I'm getting all kinds of support here. Thank you, guys. By the way, I do have this apple cider tin. I was going to have the riders come down and sign this, so I'll just work my way down the beach. And if you're one of the competitors, please
Don,
sign. Yes, sir?
It's not apple cider. It's Atlas cider.
Check, check, check. I'm sorry.
Apple cider is something you'll drink on Halloween on the East Coast. Atlas cider is something you get right here at Tierra del Mar for $5 a pint.
Did you just school me?
Saying. Hey.
You're all good. That's what happens when you make me multitask. James Juvet not having a problem with it, though. Nice re-entry for him on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Zach Bright looked like he was a man on a mission over here. I'm sorry, I'm actually still recovering, to be honest. Mark Gomez just called Ryan Solomon a beefcake, and I'm still trying to recover from that.
Hey, there's no flirting going on down there in staging.
I love you, though, Mark. I couldn't resist. Mark Gomez, sponsored by Jet Renew. I hope that helps.
Don, we got less than a minute to go here. Zach Bright and James Juvet.
James
again, making it in on the wild card, one of our amateur riders.
Yep, and James Juvet actually had some great surf action working really close and then got whopped out just a little bit. Already has recovered. Meanwhile, I am actually looking over here for Zach. And a good thing I did because he just pulled off a nice can flip. Little can. And James Juvet working in very tight on the course. By the way, for those guys that were the pros that qualified, you can actually take a break, get out of those wet clothes. They were asking me if they were done. Yes, you are. We're just going to be going to the rookies next. After this, we'll be taking a quick 10-minute break, and then we're going right to the rookie qualifying.
Again, our final heat of the day will feature in the pro class will be Mark Gomez and Ryan Solomon. Hey, Don Dawson. Dawn, if
Sir?
you can hear me down there, I have some enlightening news.
Okay.
My enlightening news is that Zach Bright is moving on to the quarterfinals.
All right, Zach, we just got the word that you're actually moving on. I was going to wait to tell you, but I always like to show that good news right away.
Right on, stoked.
I kind of thought you would be. So I was listening a little bit to the interview. Were you saying that you were holding back or going all the way?
No. He asked me if I thought about holding back a little bit, and I just ride, you know. I mean, I was feeling good, so threw maybe a little more riskier tricks than I have earlier, but I forgot to do no-handed flip. I wanted to do that, but no, it's just if you're feeling it, you do it. I think if you're mentally thinking about holding back, then you screw up and you kind of underdo your riding. So I just ride, you know.
One of the things I love about you, and I also heard you talking with Paul Higgins about that, you're a surfer at heart, but you really don't pre-plan what happens out there. I mean, you kind of have a list of things you'd like to do, but there's no particular order, and you don't seem to ever get freaked out if you don't get something in.
Nah, I just ride. I let the waves tell me what to do, you know. It's just like surfing in that aspect. If you go out with a plan, I feel like you're overthinking things, you know, because the ramp's always changing, so you can't say, okay, now I need to do this trick. It's more like, this is what the wave looks like. This move would work better with, so you just throw that out instead of planning things. And I always try and keep surf riding in mind. Everybody can go out and do some jumps, but when you get quality surf riding in, that generally tends to be the differential if somebody wins or loses. So I'm always trying to rack up that surf score. You can always find a good ramp and bang something off or force something, but to do quality surf riding, it's got to be right place, right time, and the right wave.
So we talk a lot about the competition, Zach, but just between you and I, there is something very soulful and spiritual about this sport for you. You don't just do this for the competition.
No, I love this with my whole heart, you know, so it's just what I do. I'm just here to have a good time and share the stoke with the upcoming riders and stuff, and, you know, just be around with everybody and enjoy it with everybody.
Oh my God, you're so the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Bright and James Dufay. Please put your hands together for both of those competitors.
Great job, guys.
All right, Ryan Solomon, AKA Beefcake, making his way to the water. Rick Roy, what do you think of all these crazy events?
I'm glad I'm not out there and having to compete with those guys anymore.
I thought I would never hear you say that because you were such a fierce competitor and so awesome.
Yeah, I still ride a lot and having a good time on the ski, and that's what drives me to continue and build good equipment. But to see those guys doing what they're doing now is great. They're pushing it to the next level, and we're trying to give them what they need to continue.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we need a Dominator award next year. The Dominator Award is sponsored by you. How cool would that be? And you present it and you tell them why.
I think you're the person that can put this off.
You're the best. Big hug, my friend.
Hey, you know, Don, Rick was a Dominator for many years.
Yes, he
in
was.
IJSBA freestyle. He was really one of the inventor of a lot of the tricks that you see out here today. As a matter of fact, I can remember the first barrel when he was in competition at the World Cup Tour, Chris Lauber's race. We were at St. Pete Pier, and he came through the pier and did the first ever aerial barrel roll. And how many times have you seen that today?
Oh, man, a ton. But I'll tell you the one I remember. It was in Ventura, California, and it was the first time I ever saw a backflip performed in competition, and that also was Rick Roy.
Yes, it was. The only rider ever to score all 10s in a freestyle competition. Final heat here, ladies and gentlemen, in the pro class. Final heat in the pro class. Immediately following this, we're going to take a 10-minute pause for the cause, and then we'll bring out our rookies I believe we're going to have about 7 heats of our rookie class. And,
All right.
4 minutes apiece. Dawn,
Awesome.
what's going on?
Well, no, I was just I was listening to you, and I was still trying to get your little sign thing signed.
My little sign thing signed?
Yeah, that looked like a...
Why is it always got to be little?
Stop. Well, I tell you what, it wasn't little out there between Solomon and Gomez. Solomon pulling off a massive flex flip. I'm going to call it that. Actually, I'm going to go stand by Zach, and that way he can... It was a flex flip. Bam! I'm starting to learn this stuff. I'm feeling all cocky now.
Give a blonde a rope. She wants to be a cowboy.
I know. Nice. Turned that into a nose stab. Re-entry. So much fun to watch Mark Gomez. Man, that has been the story on and off the beach this year. This guy has been on fire on the international tour for the IFWA. Currently in the points lead as he came into this final event in Pacific City. And I tell you what, a story behind this young man. Mark Gomez, of course, who, if you remember his brother talking about it, first started his career on a 550 that was a borrowed boat from his brother. And he actually didn't really want to ride it all that much because he said it was sounded way too loud and a little intimidating. Well, you wouldn't know that now watching him because it doesn't seem like much does intimidate this guy.
Yeah, not at all. I just seen a power 360 on the face of a wave.
That was a back flick. I got to say, Zach, that looked like now, was that sketchy timing on that? I mean, he pushed it.
That was so late. He was traveling back towards the beach on that flip. That could have went real wrong real quick.
Fortunate.
He's a pro, but he's a pro. He's got it.
He is a pro. Meanwhile, Ryan Solomon, I don't know a whole lot about this rider. Really awesome guy. I do know that him and Mark get along great. Ryan in the yellow vest out there. And this is going to be our final 2 on the pros. 10-minute break directly following this heat. Then we're going to be going right to the rookies. And I swear, Mother Nature's just mean. Whoa! Scarecrow for Mark Gomez.
Hey, by the way, you said you didn't know too much about Ryan Solomon. Ryan
Yes.
is out of Australia. He rides for Crash Industries, Loose Kid Industries, Works Racing, M2R Helmets, the P2P Fit Shop, Brisbane Watercraft, Jungle Wetsuits. That's a little bit about your friend out there, Ryan Solomon.
Oh, hello. That'd be a no-hander. Whoa! Backflip. That was gorgeous. By the way, that backflip performed by a boat built by Zach Bright, so we're going to call that roofless. Actually backflipped into the wave. Is that part of the surfing, or that wouldn't be considered, right?
That's what Gomez almost did a minute ago. It bit Ryan. That's sketchy.
That is sketchy.
That's hybrid.
That's hybrid.
Hey,
I'm
by
gonna
the
call-
way, Dawn, just so you know, we're going to take a 10-minute break immediately following this heat to give our officials up there on the scissor lift a little pause for the cause. But just as a reminder, we got Aaron Milstein and Bailey Jones. Aaron Milstein, Bailey Jones are going to be the first 2 rookies out, so stand by.
Re-entry for Mark Gomez. And as Jordan Fielder would say, ooh, another eyelid peeler there. 50-50 backflip for Ryan Solomon. Okay, off-axis, off-camber barrel roll. And not only that, but he was traveling the opposite direction, going north. So in other words, he was making the rotation towards the south, but going north. That's cool. Okay, like an alley-oop. Be what Zach called it. Oh, hello, Mark. One-hander backflip. Oh, actually a no-hander backflip. I'll just call that an oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, it is getting a little foggy. I had to take my glasses off. Yeah, it's a really interesting barrel roll where he's scooping the nose around, but I have to say I'm kind of starting to watch this like Abraham was talking about where they want to do a barrel roll and then turn that into a re-entry. I want to see that. That sounds pretty wicked. Oh, hello. 50-50. Got that in right under the gun. That is going to be very close. Very, very close. Like it's actually looking like Mark Gomez leaning over a little bit, catching his breath. Not injured on that, or just catching his breath really quick. All right, but I don't know. This isn't your normal look when I come up to you. How you feeling?
You know, I'm super bummed. Conditions weren't really. It's a lot different when you get out, and you know, seeing Ryan put it together, it was awesome. He was up in the air. I didn't see the exact things that I wanted to, you know, ride on, and came up on this one, tried to, and just came down super flat. My finger throttled down. I couldn't bend it back, so it was just really funky trying to ride with that, and I just could not put pressure on my knee for most of the heat, and it got in my head, and I mean, I just got rattled, and here's what it is. I'm bummed. I'm just super bummed right now. It's not the way I wanted to ride, and I can only hope for the best. I tried my hardest, but it's that really just not the ideal way to start the heat, is bang my knee like that. So.
I got to tell you, Mark, you think that, but it did not look like that from the shore. And I'll also tell you that one ride does not make a year, and you have had a nonstop on-fire year this year.
Thank you so much. It's you know, that's a little bit of pressure to kind of make this all happen. I'm really anxious to win this title, and that just didn't. It's tough. That was I knew I could do a lot better. So I'm hoping I can get through maybe and really pick it up tomorrow.
All right, well, we're waiting for those results. Hope they goes the way that you want. But big hugs for you, and great job, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Again, Mark Gomez. Ryan, hello. Not only a beefcake, I guess you're not just a pretty face, as they say. You little beast, you were out there catching massive waves.
I got a pretty crook head, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you don't.
It was fun out there. It was so much fun. Yeah, Gomez has been killing it all year, and you have to come up against him at every round, unfortunately. But that's pretty much all I had in my bag of tricks, and I had so much fun out there. So if I go down on that run, then I'm happy.
Well, you have absolutely every reason to be. Great air on that. I saw a lot of fantastic maneuvers, and of course, Zach was bragging you up as well on that new Ruthless boat.
This boat is just incredible. It scares the crap out of me.
Well, that's good.
The air it gets off the wave, like the DASA motor and this 148 mag pump, is just incredible. It's 10 times the boat I got at home, so probably makes me look a little bit better than I am.
Where'd you learn to ride like that?
Just a good crew of guys on the Gold Coast where I ride regularly. Yeah, everyone pushes each other, and yeah, that's pretty much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was awesome, and the QT from Mr. Ryan Solomon. Put your hands together for Ryan Solomon and Mark Gomez as we wait for those results.
Great job, guys.
That was a heck of a run. Yeah, they still have not announced the results yet, and you can tell because they're all huddled up over there. That was close. And Mark Gomez standing by, and Ryan Solomon standing by as well. But regardless, that was one heck of a show these guys both put on. I told you these pros were going to be off the hook this year. Mikey, back to you.
Hey, Dawson.
Yo.
Hey, do we have that sign, the Atlas Cider sign? We could give that away during the 10-minute break here.
I do have it.
Fantastic. Maybe we can get somebody, actually, Rob is down there right now with the ATV or UTV. Maybe you could give it to Rob and he could pass it off the
I'm happy to do that. Let me see if I can scoot over there.
Thank you so much. Scoot, scoot. By the way, I just found out, we've been talking about Atlas Cider up here, serving those adult beverages. They will be serving them till about 4:30. That's about 1 hour from now, folks. So if you'd like to get a $5 pint from Atlas Cider out of Bend, Oregon, they're located back here in Performance Alley. I'd like to say a very special thanks to our friends from Monster Energy for hanging out all day long and keeping us pumped up. Big shout out to our friends from Truck Boss, Jet Tribe, Blowsion, Liquid Militia is in the house. And don't forget to try that jerky, baby. Kill 'em with a country smoker is in Bizzle, my Bizzle.